Bob Dalton bought 5 of those or something shortly before the raid, and he had 2 of them on.
Okay.
But I understand that the outlaws didn't use their 6 guns at all when they were in the shootout. All they used were their saddle guns.
Okay.
This particular pistol, where you see the kid looking up through the hole up there, his name is Ray Clark. And this article here talks about Ray Clark ultimately being the owner of that pistol. His stepson sold it at auction back in 2005 for $159,000.
Oh my gosh.
It sold last year to a museum out in California for $322,000.
Wow.
Was not even pulled in the shootout, let alone shooting anything. The rifle up there in the corner, on the other hand, was Grant Dalton's rifle, and it was used to kill the marshal.
And that's the same rifle?
That's that actual rifle that's laying across the dead guy.
Wow, that's the exact same.
Wow.
Yeah, it is.
Look at this.
Wow.
Look at the pictures, the exact same
And a
rifle.
1886 model Remington.
Would you say the name of the gun again? 86
1886 model Remington.
model
And
Remington.
those are the exact bullets?
Yes.
Oh my
And that's
gosh.
the gun that's laying across.
Now the pistol up above supposedly belonged to Bill Dalton, who's an older brother,
Okay.
that did not become an outlaw until after the shootout here.
Yes,
Right.
that's.
He became an outlaw and didn't last very long.
Oh, really?
right.
After?
Yep, Desperado.
Okay.
Now this gun belt with the bullets in it here, where, the bullet belt, whose was that?
Says it's one of the cartridge belts picked up on the plaza by bookkeeper Tom Babb at the Condon Bank.
Okay, okay.
So I'm not sure
Who was wearing it?
who was wearing it.
Okay.
Don't believe that it was Bob, but it could have been,
Okay.
you know.
But this definitely is the actual Grant
That's
Dalton.
the actual
That's the
rifle.
actual rifle.
Yeah, if you look, you may have to get in a special angle at the hand grip right in front of the breech.
Mm-hmm.
You see that little triangular shaped flaw in the wood there?
Yes.
Look
Yeah.
up on the picture there.
Like the same thing, yeah.
So that's
Yep,
exactly
yep.
the same. A lot of times,
Wow.
you know, people say that this is so-and-so's gun.
Yeah, but you guys really chronicle this
but
thing
that-
right.
This one, you know, we know that it was.
Wow.
For instance,
There's no vanishing America here.
Dalton's gun.
There's no vanishing America here.
Absolutely none.
It's interesting the way the pistol holster is made, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's a little different
Dan,
than
you
what
gotta
you
get
see.
this.
It looks
You gotta get this up there.
And not only that, but the way it's made, the belt runs.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ken.
And this little
Look at
grip
this.
is the same way.
This is the real deal.
This is it, man.
The real deal.
This is the real picture. Right here.
Crime does not.
And there's Emmett who survived. And
Yeah.
it always, the bullets are like, they say 23 times. How many?
23, actually, most of it was
Buckshot.
double barrel shotgun.
Double barrel, okay, that makes sense.
But it was not, bird shot. If you look back here,
Oh.
up there by
It's more like a
that-
30-06 or something, where it sprays.
Yeah, it was, you know, those were buckshots, and it was probably that big around. If you look at those.
Well, one of the books that I read said that, you know, the hardware stores, but then it was the barber that took a 12 gauge and put that down.
Yeah.
But to
So
me,
I just wanted to,
I still find it absolutely amazing that with 23 bullets in him, he was
Yeah.
able to live.
And
That to me
wow.
alone is absolutely
Well,
amazing.
everybody else was dead. One of the guys did get outside of town before he fell off of his horse.
Yeah.
There's another story about that. They said that there was a young man that had his father's service revolver.
Oh, okay.
And when it was either Bill Powers or Dick Broadwell,
Whatever name he was using at that time.
forget
Yeah,
what
Ron
it
Dick.
was. Broadwell, I believe, was on his horse trying to get outside of town. In this other article I read, said that this young boy, I presume he was a teenager, had his father's service revolver, and he, probably from Civil War times, that wasn't that far after the Civil War, and that he shot him a couple of times.
Wow.
That probably was the ultimately the fatal.
So a lot of these guys are keen shots because of the Civil War.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So they knew how to,
Yeah.
the citizenry.
Yep.
Well, they laid him out there.
The defenders.
So they knew that these three were dead, and the other guy they found pretty shortly. And the story was that they were going to lynch Emmett Dalton.
No, I remember that in the book,
Yeah.
I read that, yeah, they were gonna lynch him,
And
and the doctor said, no, we're not like,
Well, what he said really was, you'd just be hanging the dead man.
Huh.
You know, there's no way that he can live.
Wow.
But he did.
Wow.
and then
Yeah, they went straight.
Amazing.
Yeah.
and then when Emmett came back, after years and years and years, it was,
14 and a half years.
there was not, like, there was, the town had a lot of, had forgiveness.
Yeah.
That's,
Well,
He
he'd gone
came back
You
to,
know what the bottom line is, Kurt?
Gone to penitentiary,
Crime
gone to
does
jail.
he went
not
to jail, he did
pay.
his time, yes, crime does not
Well,
pay.
he,
The end of an era, ladies and
he
gentlemen.
traveled around with the movie and things like that,
Yeah.
talking to people, you know,
Right, sure. But
trying to
he,
help out with
Well,
keeping kids.
he came back to Coffeyville?
yeah.
Yes, he came back.
And
That's amazing too.
He didn't live.
And the children.
Yeah.
But he lived down in Bartlesville, which is just 40 miles.
Yeah, but the kids of these people, they didn't hold.
They forgave.
They forgave him.
That's what I like.
Forgiveness.
Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be.
You don't run straight, is it?
But how many people can do that?
That's right.
Part of the deal was
Forgiveness.
that
Yeah.
he did not
And
fire
one
any
here from New York.
weapon or anything. He was carrying loot out of the
Oh,
First National
okay,
Bank.
that's good, that's a good point.
Good point, yes.
And they wanted to charge him with murder. He says,
Well, I
didn't
don't feel
kill
so bad,
anybody."
you're about.
That's how I was able to get out of it.
That's why I was able
But
to.
Oh,
they
it's
said,
14
okay,
years.
if you will plead guilty to second degree murder,
Ah,
Then,
then you'll probably just get, 5
Okay,
years.
but there's
now
also
it's-
something else,
But the judge didn't live up to that. He sentenced him to life in prison.
but he got out.
Well, his mother just really petitioned.
oh,
Really?
see, I didn't know
And
that.
the governor knew that he was in prison here in Leavenworth.
It was Leavenworth.
Was it Leavenworth?
Because of the federal marshal.
So it wasn't 14 years, okay, they wanted to keep him in for
14
life.
and a half years.
They
He was
wanted to
supposed
keep
to
him
be
in
for life,
Okay,
but he was such a good model prisoner, he became
Wow.
a trustee that they would even let Al Pacino go purchase things for him and
Yeah,
everything like
yeah,
that.
it went
He
straight,
worked in-
went straight.
even with all the diabolical things he did with his brothers in the gang? I mean,
Yeah.
wow.
And then Bill Dalton that's when he went to the dark side
Yeah.
after this, with the Doolin,
Yeah.
those
Okay.
two guys. And then, yeah, that ended up,
They see the picture on the right-hand side up there, holding, no, to your left. Where they're holding Graf and Bob
Yes.
Dalton up. What they were doing there was carrying his brothers to Emmett, who was conscious all this time, and getting Emmett to tell which one was which.
wow. Another thing
Amazing.
that's interesting is Emmett trying to save Bob's life.
Yeah.
Is that a little Hollywoodish?
Well,
That
yes
actually-
and no. He went back
Leaning
hoping
down
that
the
he
horse,
could,
yeah. Right,
but Bob was dead.
yeah, yeah.
In the movie, we have one of the old silent movies in here, it shows Bob, struggling to get up on the horse and everything. but
Right.
That wasn't.
I have a question.
They
I have
were
one-
trying to get him, but
Yeah.
he was dead.
I have one question that I was kind of confused with the video. Okay, there was no place to park the horses at 8th and Walnut, right? Now, I didn't understand where they did put their horses, why that was such a bad place to put their horses. If you could explain that?
Well, if you look at the picture there at the barn and everything like that, now, you go over here at Death Alley now, and it's just like you were looking down an alley with big tall buildings on both sides. It wasn't that way at that time. There was a lumberyard down there.
Okay.
Something else, so it was not that enclosed at that time.
So they had
But
to,
it still was, it wasn't out in the wide open.
okay, so they had no choice but to go through Death Alley to get their to the
That's
horses?
where they had not stable, but tied up horses.
Okay, and the defenders were ready for him from both ends?
No, they were just from this east end.
Oh, okay, the east end, okay.
And actually, in fact, I think the movie showed that where the marshal went down the alley one way and somebody else came in another way. The marshal thought that he was ahead of them, but actually Bob came in behind him and killed, Bret actually killed the marshal.
Wow.
And then the other guy that owned the stables and everything got into play and killed him. But anyway, they were coming into the alley, which was not as much of an alley as what we think of it now, from 2 or 3 different directions. But it still, was keeping them right in line with the people here around the plaza that were shooting down that.
One question, what is the significance of that piece of concrete there?
That's actually a sand